Good morning, everyone. Guest of honor, Dr. Arun Kumar Panda, former Secretary, Government of India, Shrimati Shkuntala Gambhir, retired IAS, Secretary, Government of India, Shri Ashok Srivastav, eminent journalist, and Dinesh Madanji, representative of AIOCD, and also representing RDCA Delhi, and Mr. Amitav Chaudhary, who is founder, UDYOG Development Foundation. First of all, I would like to thank you all for organizing this event on creation of regulatory service cadre in pharma sector for Viksit Bharat as well as Indian Pharmaceutical Regulatory Service. This is a need of the hour. So my heartfelt thanks to Shri Amitav Chaudhary and his entire team for organizing this program and more importantly for the themes selected for today's event. Now, before starting my talk, let's have a look on Indian pharmaceutical industry. The Indian pharmaceutical industry is presently valued around 50 billion US dollars and is expected to reach a figure of US 130 billion by 2030. With this pace, Indian pharmaceutical industry is growing. India is major exporter of pharmaceuticals with over 200 countries served by Indian pharma exporters. India supplies to over 50% of African requirement for generics. 40% of generic demands in the US are met by India and about 25% of all medicines in UK. This is tremendous export. India is also known for fulfilling around 60% of global demand for vaccines. It's a global leader in the field of vaccines. It is a leading supplier of DPT, BCG and measles vaccines, and almost 70% of WHO vaccines as per essential immunization schedule are sourced from India at present. Moreover, with the efforts of CDSCO and present DCGI, Dr. Raghuvanshi, India has attained maturity level 3 this year by WHO as far as vaccines regulations and implementation are concerned. That is a great motivation for Indian industrialists. But on this scale, we are governing Indian international market, India being pharmacy of the world. And now Indian medical device industry is also a parallel industry, which is expected to be even having more potential than Indian pharma industry. But still, we do not have a cadre to control this pharma industry. Like other COVID services, we need to have a dedicated regulatory service cadre in pharma industry also, in pharma sector, which is need of an hour. So I go by the theme of this today's event, and the main areas of discussion would be like IPRS may view like the regulatory framework, uniformity of implementation. It may define the various roles of the key persons. It may assign responsibilities and authority to the regulatory service cadre. If one this cadre is assigned, then we may have industrial collaboration. Strategies of effective collaboration between regulatory bodies and pharmaceutical companies may be worked out. And compliance and enforcement measures, these are still there, but these are not being enforced uniformly. But if we have a dedicated cadre controlling authority in pharma sector, it would be more effectively controlled. The likely potential outcomes may be the streamlined regulatory processes, enhanced industrial compliance, and improved public health and safety. the various regulatory bodies which may be coordinating this Indian Pharma regulatory service, the proposed regulatory service at national and international level. The first one is CDSCO, the other is US Food and Drug Administration, USFDA, MHRA, and the advisory bodies like WHO and ICH, which may play a pivotal role in coordination and working out the modalities and setting up of Indian Pharmaceutical Regulatory Authority. Now, as Amitabh has already told that pharmacist has played a key role in COVID time, right from manufacture of COVID-related drugs and vaccines to its stocking, its distribution channel, and providing its service to the patient and the hospitals, maybe through hospitals or from other channel, from other distribution channel. All these things have been gone by pharmacists, but the quantum of work, quantum of service they have rendered, it has not been greatly recognized so far. So, for better recognition of pharmaceutical sector, it is better to have our own cadre, to have a better implementation. Now, creation of Indian Pharma Regulatory Service would ensure that if we hold key positions at bureaucratic level, so our profession would be regulated by a pharmacist and it would be for a pharmacist. That is most important. And the persons holding key position would be really aware of the problems which a pharmacist is facing across India at grassroots level. Now, none of our pharmacists in India, or only a few of them, are holding key positions at national level. So majority of the bureaucrats are unaware of the problems being faced by pharma sector. The first is we do not have adequate strength to enforce regulation. So if we have our own pharma sector, that would help ensuring us increase in our numbers, better enforcement, and there would be better policy making to enforce all this. There would be self-reliance in the field of new drug development, clinical trials, R&D, and other innovations. So our vision to ensure Viksit Bharat would be fulfilled if we have a proper Indian Pharma Regulatory Authority, and I wish all the best to Mr. Chaudhary and his team for putting this on national platform. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you.